You see, Kayode, you're welcome. How are you?
Good afternoon, my PDG.
Good afternoon, BC.
Yes,
I hope you are ready for the carol tonight.
no, sir, I'm out of Lagos.
Oh, out of Lagos. Okay. That's all right. Lekan Lubajo, Maryland, how are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm fine, sir.
Afternoon. I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see you too, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Tolulope Suraliu, welcome on board.
Thank you,
I
sir.
hope we are going to join very quickly so that we don't keep our distinguished facilitator waiting for too long. Lucky Ahiri, how are you? And Moses too. Moses Durosaro, how are you too?
Good afternoon, my chairman, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Sir, how are you, sir?
I know you're always punctual in joining meetings. Compliments of the season.
Yes, sir. Ekushano. Phone is muted. Yes. Was it muted? Yes. It's fine. Okay. Are you hearing me, sir? It's even muted. It's one muted. Yes. Okay. Sheripe, this guy will put me into trouble. Because I continue to wonder. As I say, that which kind of accounting is your own? Hey, yeah, but I didn't listen it, but look at the figures again, and I didn't have to add, and the other was wrong. Again, we're down. All the bills can't go the bills again.
Osheleri, you may have to mute yourself,
sorry, sir.
Osheleri,
Hey.
so that you're mute when you want to talk. Thank you. 10. Temitope, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, welcome. We're just about 20. I'm waiting for more
Yes,
people
sir.
to
PDG,
join so that.
PDG is finding it come
Remy?
to join, and he said you have tried the link. Is it on in now?
Why?
Is it in now, sir?
Maybe it's network.
Let me Bello.
I tried just
Because he
once
said
and I joined.
I sent the link to him now. And the same thing with me. I've sent the link to him to try it again.
Okay. Let's expect he will join very soon.
Good afternoon, sir.
The only rem.
Otumba.
Amiable PDG.
Otumba. Like my people will say Otumba. So.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now we started.
Yes. Just a few. I want feedback from the secretary, whether the DG is around now, because we'll need him to do the needful, to call to order and do the needful.
My PDG, I've been able to speak with the DG. He will join us shortly.
The DG will join us shortly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. My PDG, the Indeshoga, sorry for keeping you waiting.
Upload you, sir.
PDG
Shoga.
Upload you. Go and sit down, my dear.
PDG Shoga. Upload you.
They are called
ṣé èlò yóò ní tiẹ̀ ṣe bí ibi sentence ní tiẹ̀ wo nílò yóò tó dẹ̀ ń pè yìí.
ìyàwó olóyò lè mí ẹ́nìdè.
ìyàwó olóyò.
Ok, àwọn olóyò ló máa ń fẹ́ sentence ó ti yé mi.
Hello, sir.
wọ́n múra wọn. ṣé jàre rẹ̀ mí.
I think my DG is here. Okay. All right. Good afternoon once again, everyone. I can see my DG here. I recognize my DLF, the District Rotary Foundation Committee Chair as well, PDG Otumba Onabadijo. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I believe we have Rotarians as well as non-Rotarians on this call, and we believe that our facilitator will be able to impact good knowledge to us. I'll yield the floor to our DG to call this meeting to order. Thereafter, we'll have the Rotary Grace. Thank you so much. My DG.
Thank you very much, my Secretary, District Rotary Foundation Committee. I recognize all my district leaders that are here. The DRFC, our past district governor, Otumba Onabadijo. I can see our DLF, very energetic past district past district governor, Matude Lawson. And I can also see our past district governor, Remi Bello. I know this is also your constituency as Assistant Regional Coordinator on Foundation, ARFC, and of course, also a member of our district Rotary Foundation chair as the stewardship chair. Thank you so much, sir. Without wasting much of our time, it is my pleasure to call this very important, very important learning session to order. So I take the Rotary Grace. Now you please join me as we take the Rotary Grace. 1, 2, go. Oh Lord,
I give He praise oh
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my DG.
Thank you.
I would like the district Rotary Foundation Committee chairman to give us a welcome address. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, the Secretary to the Rotary Foundation Committee, my ESB, Ayo Odeleye, the district governor, the Prince of Impact,
Thank
the
you so much, sir.
DLF, PDG Matude Lawson, our distinguished facilitator for today, the Sugar, the assistant regional coordinator, charge of polio, Mabel, PDG Remi Bello. Let me recognize all other district leaders that are here present and Rotarians that are joining us from various parts of the Rotary world, and including even non-Rotarians. On behalf of our district governor, I welcome all of you to this very important seminar. It is very important to take note that this is a special seminar, specially prepared for virtual delivery, and is to be handled by no other person than a man we consider an expert when it comes to the Rotary Foundation, being a past Rotary Foundation coordinator for our district zone, Rotarian PDG, the Indexoga. I want to.
Please,
I want
can you
to
mute?
especially
Mayo,
recognize
please
you.
mute. Everybody.
Please, if we are not speaking, can we mute ourselves? When we want to talk, then we can unmute. So I want to thank you all for joining this meeting. This is just supposed to be a welcome address. So it's very important to let us know that this seminar means a lot to the district 9110. I think I'm seeing DGN here. Who is this? Aremo Babatunde. Okay. So please, I want to welcome all of those who have just joined. I was talking of the importance of this seminar today because when the DG talks, I think he's still going to mention what I'm saying right now, that in our district, we do a lot to contribute to the Rotary Foundation. But when it comes to taking benefits from the results of our contributions, we lag behind so much. A few months ago, the district governor was telling us his experience of how a particular district In this Africa too, I was able to arrange and garner as much as over 100 global grants in a year. And here at that same level, our district is having only 6 global grants in the process. So we can see how we are changing ourselves from just this example alone. So the purpose here is to make sure that we know what we are supposed to do. And that is why an erudite facilitator has been so prepared today to put us through on the nitty-gritty of how to write global grants. You realize that in the past we have dealt with so many aspects of the Rotary Foundation. We have looked at the very many grants that are available, global grant being number one of them. We have looked at district grant. We have looked at disaster relief grant. We have looked at the program of scale. We have done stress on so many things, what we need to do and so on and so forth. But the purpose today for today is to make sure we know how do we write and submit our global grant. And that is why we have somebody on it, PDG, the Indishoga, who will put us through on this very important topic. So once again, I welcome you all to this very important seminar. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much.
Your volume needs to go up. Network is failing, but your volume needs to go up.
Me?
Yes.
Sit down.
My chairman.
Can't come and do like that. Yes, sir. Do you know what it takes to see you people? It takes a grace of God. Will you have lunch?
Thank you, sir.
You don't need lunch.
Ayo, please mute everybody.
You want water?
Thanks.
Mute yourself.
Please mute yourself, please.
Please, can you?
You want cocoa?
Rotorand, Temi, please mute yourself, please. All right, please go ahead.
Elizabeth, please kindly make me a host. My PDG, please, you have the floor, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, District Governor, Lieutenant Prince Henry Akinyele, District Rotary Foundation Committee Chair, PDG, Tumbabola Onabadejo, Revered Assistant Rotary Foundation Coordinator, PG Remi Bello, distinguished Rotarians in the house. Good afternoon to you all. I'm glad to be part of this today, and we have listened attentively to our DFC's remarks a few moments ago. Well, as the district learning facilitator, my remarks will be to emphasize the fact that this is another very, very special learning seminar, which is on the Rotary Foundation. And this particular topic that we are going to treat this afternoon is a pity that Rotarians have not joined. If only they could appreciate what they would gain if they were part of this, they would not miss it. It's one of those topics that clubs, presidents, Rotarians find difficult to even dabble into. Because they see writing of global grants as something that is very, very technical and difficult. But you can only conclude that if you even know what it is about. And I want to say that although I forgot to even recognize our Juggernaut facilitator in the house, I will continue to call him Juggernaut in Anything Foundation because that is who he is, PDG Sugar. And it's like he's born and bred with foundation issues, solve foundation issues. And no one could do it better and better today than himself. He's going to break it down for us and make what looks big difficult to do. Make it simple for us so that we can all focus on applying for global grants. When we have West African Project Fair, if we have confidence to also submit our own proposal and be lucky to get a partner. So on that note, I want to advise once again that we all pay attention to this very, very beautiful topic we're going to have just now. So thank you very much, and I wish all of us a very happy session together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear Lef. God bless you. So this is a Global Grants Masterclass, and I would like to welcome the Prince of Impact, one and the number one man in District 9111, District Governor, to give us his own governor's remark regarding this trade. My DG, sir, please, you have the floor. You can unmute,
Thank
sir.
you very much, PP Ayodeji Odeleye. Thank you very much for.
My district
Can
governor?
you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now.
Yeah.
Hello.
We are hearing.
We're hearing.
him. We are hearing him.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So I thank you, Ayo. Yeah, I once again want to thank all our leaders that are here, and most importantly, my guest lecturer for today, our learning facilitator for today, my past district governor, Shoga. I want to say a very big thank you. I must also quickly thank the district Rotary Foundation Committee, ably led by our Otumba, for putting up this particular learning session. And I love the word the masterclass. So I want to say to my district learning facilitator, PD Jomotunde Lossi, that master class, there is always very few of students, unlike the first degree. So those that are not here are those who wants to limit their knowledge to district grants. But when you talk this is meant for this class is meant for the masters. And when you see the crop of Rotarians that are here, you will understand the fact that these are people who are really willing, to know how to write a global grant. So I want to say a very big thank you as we dive deep into the notes and bolts and of crafting a very impactful global grant. So it's my pleasure here. And I have known the very first global grant I wrote that I served as the primary contact. I know I got the deep knowledge from a PDG Deshoga, so I'm not surprised. He's going to put everything into you this afternoon. So I want to please plead with my Rotarians. This is a very rare advantage, opportunity. So I want you to please to make good use of it. Let us increase our skills on how to write global grants. My PDG, Onabadi just said it the other time. When you get to the East Africa, most of the districts over there, they write global grants as if they are, I don't know the best words to describe the way they participate in global grants, While last year, they had a total of about 166 global grants ongoing, we here in our districts, we are battling with 6. You can imagine the minimum we can write. The minimum amount we can do in the global grants is about 30,000. So you can imagine 30,000 even in 100 places. Don't let us talk about some of the projects that will run to hundreds of thousands of dollars, but just ordinary $30,000 times 100. You can imagine putting that kind of a fund in an economy of a country or of a state. It's a lot of money. So I think this is a very rare opportunity, and I hope we'll have our pens and paper. We're going to listen carefully and ask questions. I know it could be very technical, but I am very confident that we'll have a very good takeaway from here. I thank you once again for being part of this. I thank our PDG Shoga for please giving us his time, because I know how busy he is. So I want to say thank you, sir. So please, let's get started. Let us enjoy this class. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, my DG. Yes, I can see a message on the chat thread that I should publicize this more. Once I do the introduction of the speaker, I would do that more. So quickly, I would like to introduce our facilitator for today. Is the past district governor, PDG Matthias Shoga. Is a distinguished orthopedic surgeon and a prominent leader within Rotary International in Nigeria. His professional profile is his medical career, an accomplished orthopedic surgeon who served at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Lasut, for many years before establishing a private orthopedic hospital in Ikeja. He also served as a lecturer at one point in time in Lagos State University. He holds a fellowship from the West Africa College of Surgeons in orthopedics and traumatology. In Rotary, he served as the district governor for District 9110, then 9110. Now he's in District 9112, covering Lagos and Ogun State for the year 2000 and 2001. Please help me make welcome PDG Dende Shoga. Please, you have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon, District Governor. Hope you can hear me well. DRFC, District Learning Facilitator, KRFC,
Yes.
and all distinguished Rotarians here. Masters, as the DG called you. The way you are going to prove your masters is to take something from here and put it to use. So, the title I may have may be slightly different from what you have, but essentially we'll be discussing the same thing. This is because I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing until an hour ago, but all the ingredients are still there. So if you are going to be able to equip yourself to write global grants, which as the DG and DRFC have told you, is a big deal, because it's a good opportunity for us as Rotarians, but we're not using it well enough because we are not really coming forward. One thing we need to know as we go on is that the foundation wishes for us to write grants and to use its funds to better our communities. And when we don't, the foundation is not happy that we're not doing what it's meant to do for our community. Therefore, they'll be glad to welcome those who are performing and leave those who will be applauding to keep applauding. Please move the slide to the third one. That's where I am. So, what attributes then do you need to be able to write global grants? It begins with having a good club. That means a club with members who have a desire to serve and to make a difference beyond doing simple things, but doing bigger things, more sustainable projects that ultimately touch communities in bigger ways and gives Rotary the right accolade that belongs to it. But then, having a good club may not be enough. We have many clubs in our district, and yet they are not coming forward. They rather sweat with their big money and do little things. And this is a call that having a good club should translate into bigger things for your community. So having a good club is one. Next is to be aware. Some Rotarians are just not aware of the opportunities. But then there are also many who are aware, but don't act because they just don't have the interest. Therefore, if you have a good club, you are aware and you have the interest, then you have scale 3 of the 6 attributes. Fourth is that you must also be a club that is ready to give to the foundation. Because if you don't give, if others don't give, there will be nothing for the foundation to use in supporting your efforts to carry out this global grant. So you must have a good club, you must be aware, you must have the interest, you must be ready to give. When you have this, then you are ready to go forward and prepare. And when you have prepared, they say opportunity meets preparedness. And then you are prepared, opportunity comes, and you take action, then you will be achieving this goal that is so important for every Rotarian and for every club and for our community. Therefore, we know that money will come from Rotary Foundation. We can do some district grants, but our global grants are the big issues that will actually enable us to do so much more. To be able to carry out global grants, like I told you, you must also be a giving club. So it is important that we take advantage of the global grants to do much more. If you look back when I said about having a good club, you will remember the 4 elements of an effective club, which are: 1, build your membership, carry out impact projects in your community and communities abroad, support the Rotary Foundation by giving, that is through your donation, but not enough to simply donate, but participate, that is use the funds to make a difference in your communities. So if you actually are a club that is effective, then you must check all these 4 and look at number 2, projects in your community and communities abroad, and then supporting the foundation through giving and through participation. And therefore, if you want to be a good club, you must take care of this especially. Another reason why it is so important is that, yes, many clubs may have funds. They may be able to carry out installation ceremonies and they raise $20,000, they raise 10,000 and million, 10 million naira, 20 million naira, and so on. And then they start to sweat using this money to do little things. Whereas a little money that you have, you can indeed stretch it and achieve things beyond what you could have raised directly on your own. So you make your money, create greater opportunities beyond what you can ordinarily afford as a club. And then when you support the foundation this way, you're able to carry out bigger, better, and bolder projects. With global grants, it's an opportunity, like I said, for you to achieve much more than your funds can ordinarily do. And the basic structure of a global grant is that your club partners with your district, because DDF is there, and have a partner that must be international, meaning that that partner must come from another country, another club in another country, another district in another country, or a club involving a district through DDF. And when your project is big, that just a partnership between one club and district in Nigeria and one club and district in Venezuela cannot be enough to fund your project, you're also allowed to have many international partners. You can build a coalition. I recall just a few years back, 2 of the global grants we carried out during the year of PDG Emebelo had several districts and clubs contributing. The cleft lip and palate surgery we just finished had 14 clubs in 2 districts here in Lagos and Ogun State, the 2 districts themselves, and 4 other districts, and then several other clubs abroad. So that internationality can go beyond just you and one international partner. It can be several when you have big projects that require so many clubs and money coming from different places, so you can be a coalition. And when you talk about funding that grant, money will come from your club and from clubs that are partnering from you abroad, with you from abroad. Funds coming from such places is called cash. A second way by which you can fund is through DDF. And when the district gives you DDS, the beauty of that is that if the district gives you $1,000 this year, foundation will add $800. So you can see there's a hidden power in DDS. But then to have good DDS, to enjoy that hidden power, it begins with what happened 3 years ago through our giving to the annual fund. A third way in which money can also come in supporting a grant is from a cooperating organization. So you can have an organization that is not a Rotary Club and not a district joining hands. For instance, the Cleft Lip and Palate we just finished. We had a cooperating organization, Alliance for Smile, which also brought in money, found the volunteers, and helped to coordinate everything. So cooperative organizations can also give money. And sometimes they may not give money, they may just be giving the material support through providing facilities. For instance, last week, giving us the facilities that we use for the cleft lip and palate surgery. So, how do you get this funds? It's good that we do a little recap. And that recap talks about where DDF comes from. Because if we don't keep talking about it, some people may be lost and wonder, how do we get to this point? You will recall that Rotary Foundation has 3 major funds. Polio funds, which we use largely to continue to fund our efforts to eradicate polio. Endowment fund, which is the one we don't spend, but invest in perpetuity and only use the proceeds from our investment to support our worthwhile projects. And then the annual fund, which is made up of your early for Harris Fellow, major donors, and so on and so forth. So funds that we raise for annual funds in a particular year is invested, and 3 years later, half of it comes to us as a district. Half of what you gave as a district comes back to you and is given a name, district designated fund. Now, some people will ask that question. So, if they are giving you half, where's the other half? That other half is kept in a special fund called World Fund. Now, World Fund contains that 50% from all districts in the world. So it's a large pool. And that is where the foundation gets money to match your DDS 80 to 100 when you apply for global grants. So money is there in World Fund. Clubs and districts that come forward are able to access money from the World Fund and expand their ability. So your 50% is in World Fund. If you don't carry out projects, you will not have access to any part of your 50%. But if you decide to carry out global grants, get partners, and do all the processes, you can take even more than what you have that is ordinarily yours in the 50% that is in DBS and that is in World Fund. So what it means is that in East Africa, where they are doing 100 projects, they are using the money that you are not able to use because you are not coming forward to carry out global grants. So let's look at this hypothetical situation. One is that you must bear in mind that the minimum cost of a global grant is $30,000 and can go up to 100, 200, 400,000, and so on and so forth. It will interest you, for instance, that my club is currently doing a project that is $403,000. And we have several other global grants going on at it. It is not for purpose of bragging, rather to encourage you, to let you know that the people who are also doing it are around you here, and they are not mass producers. They are ordinary Rotarians like you. So let's look at this hypothetical situation where now I'm going to use a club, but I'm challenging that club. That's a big club that we have not heard from. So let's say the club of Akomojo wants to carry out this grant that costs $32,000. Remember, I'm after you. And all you have is $1,000. That money is called cash, like I told you. And do you know that $1,000, your club doesn't even have to go all out looking for that $1,000. All you need is to have someone or two, someone with $1,000 who wants to be a Ferrari fellow. When the grant is approved, that person can pay his 1,000 into the foundation and designate it for the grant. That person will still get his Ferrari fellow recognition. At the same time, the money is available for sponsoring that grant. The only snag is that money will not be part of DGF coming back 3 years because you spent it already. But the message is that you don't have to charge again for money when you're already people who want to be Ferrari fellows. Their money will simply fill that gap. And that is what we do in my club. There's never been a grant that we did, a global grant that we did, that the money was strictly just for the grant and that was it. We always got double value. So note that and know that that is very possible. So let's say Akomojo has given $1,000. Now they found a club in Atlanta, Greene and Putnam County, who have also given cash of $4,000. They can also use their 4,000 to attract for Harry Fellow to their club. So they can also get the double blessing. Now, District 9111, never mind my typo there. This DDF of 5,000. The foundation from what fund will give $4,000, 80 to 100, like we said. Now, their district of Greene and Putnam also gives $10,000 DDF. That is matched by $8,000. Now, when you add these figures on the two sides, you have 20 plus 12, and that is 32. What has happened? Akomojo has won a jackpot, haven't they? With a mere $1,000. They have done the good work of finding partners. They have written a good project. They have made the application. It's been approved. And then with $1,000, you are able to carry out a project of $32,000. Meaning that Akomojo still has capacity to do several other things because they've only spent a little part of their money. Are we together? Is Akomojo challenged by my story? Oh, damn alone. Okay. So, but then how do you get to this? How do you get to this point? How do you decide what global grant you want to do? Many clubs simply wake up, look at their community and decide, oh, I think it's water they need there. But a number of times when we do this, we end up doing what we want for that community and not doing what they need, what they want. So when you finish the project, you spend all the money, you've done your fanfare, it's not what they need. So when it goes bad, it goes bad. It doesn't really affect their life because they don't care about it. So it's important that you actually develop a concept that is based on the needs of that community. And the way you're going to do that is to begin by being friends with that community. Meet with their leaders, meet with the women, with the youth. Assess their needs. Know what are the needs of that community. What will make a difference in their life. One thing that will happen, which may be frightening, is that if you go to any community, they may give you a list of 5 things. And then you begin to wonder, where do we begin? It looks like we have looked for trouble. But no, you are still in control. Take the needs back to your club, meet, discuss, and look at the ones that you can tackle at that time, depending on the budget needs and your ability to go forward. Because when you start, even with the simplest one, it becomes the tonic, the impetus, as it were, to lead you to do the next one after you succeed over one. And sometimes, because you are allowed to have up to 3 open grants at the same time, if you have the funds and you find the partner, you may have 2 or 3 projects going on at the same time. So, look at what the community has given you. Consider what you can do. And then go back to the community, get the understanding that you want to take one step, at a time. They will not ask you to do all the 5 steps at once. After all, nobody came to them before. So they'll be glad that you want to start. Give them the assurance and then they will be ready to go along with you. Now, while you are doing that, having agreed with them, look at that community. The community who are the likely beneficiaries. Ready to accept ownership and keep it going after you have handed it over to them? Will it involve a Rotary community call? What impact will this activity have on the environment? And what is the expected eventual impact on the people? So there's a form that Rotary Foundation has that is this needs assessment document. And what I will tell you, fellow Rotarians, is that if you still decide to do the activity of skipping the needs assessment, it will still catch up with you along the way. Because during your application, the foundation will ask you to provide documents showing how many needs did you find and how did you arrive at doing this particular one. So it's not a step you should skip. And if you skip it, it will catch up with you and you have to still build a story at that over around it. But then when you carry out a needs assessment and you do it thoroughly and you have answered questions about what is the population, who are the likely beneficiaries, what difference will it make in their lives, and so on and so forth, you have the document already that will help you to write a proposal. So needs assessment is not a waste of time. And when you use this, you'll actually be able to develop a proposal, which is a document with which you can find partners. Unless you are lucky, you found partners without really having to sweat. But then, most of the time, your partners also want to understand what you want them to do together with you. So a proposal still tells the story. So even when it looks like it's automatic, you have a partner with them, they still want to understand before they put their heads and necks into it. So writing a proposal is never a waste of time. And if you develop this into a document that is very handy, that you can use to find partners. Essentially, it's like doing your needs assessment, writing a document as a proposal becomes a product that you want to sell. And who do you want to sell it to? International partners. So that document will contain some information about your club itself. What kind of club are you? What have you been doing in the past? That's the selling point that makes your would-be partner to know that, oh, these are the people to work with. Sometimes when you have such a good profile, it may even open doors for you. The district learning facilitator will be, even though we let them know, will be aware of an opportunity my club got at the last website project 2 years ago. A partner got interested in what my club took them, and the would-be partner simply mentioned it to Brad as I found a document from Road Club of Bagada and I'm considering it. And that one simply told him, oh, if it's Bagada, you have it. Just go ahead. Unfortunately, we let him down because our leadership let him down. But then, good profile is a positive attribute that can tell you when you're also ready to take advantage of it. So in your profile, in your proposal, you will also make a budget. What are the costs involved? Detailed budget, different aspects of that project, and the costs involved in Naira. And then your own suggestion on how it will be funded, how much you are ready to give, how much DDF you are expecting for your district, how much DDF from international partner, how much cash from international partner, and so on and so forth. But that is what they will take home and share with their members for them to discuss whether they can plunge into that effort. Other information there will be, the area of focus that is involved, where is the community project located, where is the community, what population will benefit, what problem will you address in that community, and then that concise proposal becomes what you will use. The last part of that proposal will contain names of committee members who are going to answer when your would-be partner is ready and wants to communicate with you. And one thing that's important with that is that you will find 2 or 3 reliable people who use their emails regularly, who check emails. Because if you use the name of your Tata president who never checks his email, it means the day they are looking for you, the information will lapse because nobody will take action. You must use people who check their emails regularly and who respond. So with that your document, you are ready to look for partners. And where do you find partners? When you attend the project fair, even if you've missed opportunities in the past, the next one is coming to Lagos. So stand up to be counted. Because even if you haven't been doing it in the past, it's never too late to start now. With some of us go to convention, be armed with this document. When you go and people get interested in your agbada, become their friend. That friendship will lead them to ask about what your club is doing. Slip your documents into their hands, and that is where you begin. You collect cards. When you return home, exchange emails with these friends. That is how the door opens. You attend zonal institutes. There are also people from outside your zone and people within your zone who are also ready to partner with you. Then, of course, other places like martinggrounds.org, situations where members of your club have traveled to another country and they are now retainers in those other countries. You can use them. They can find partners for you in their club or other clubs around them. People travel. You find out you go to where clubs meet on the road to website. And then you find that the club meeting in the next hotel or even in the hotel where you are lodged or near your friend or relation's place where you are lodging. And you find that there's a club nearby. Visit them. You're a Rotarian. That's part of what we expect. Share fellowship. The next thing that will naturally follow is they want to know more about your club. They want to know what you are doing. And that is how it begins. I'll tell you, for instance, about that having preparedness that meets opportunity. We have done 4 cleft lip surgeries here and now. How did it start? Rotary of San Francisco was having their 100th anniversary, and I just, after the early convention, I decided to visit them because I was staying somewhere nearby with my daughter. And that's how I made the friends. 2 years later, they were in Lagos for the first project. So that is going around, seeking opportunities, and meeting the right people and using it. So some of us have ready-made partners. I'll tell you again of how Rotary of Cotonou Palmyra, Rotary of Bagada has done 8 global grant projects in the last 15 years. We could have done more, but consider that. That means every other year in the last 15 years, we have done 1 global grant with Cotonou. And we are not just receiving, we are also international partners because we also do projects in Cotonou. So you don't have to go far to even find partners. Benin Republic, Ghana, and so on and so forth. Kenya, everywhere. So you don't even have to go looking for an American alone. You can find your fellow Africans. How did we start with Cotonou Padden? I was at a meeting in Kumasi and I just looked back and there was a fellow wearing a roti thing. He could speak some English. He was from Benin Republic. We started talking, we became friends. It turned out that in that year, 2000, we were both going to become presidents by July. That's how we started our friendship. We were doing friendship exchange. At one point, we said, let's make it more serious. So, in our case, it's like we have ready-made partners, and we use them apart from expanding and finding other partners. So, this page again talks about it, your personal contacts, attending conventions, institute, project fairs, GSC partners, youth exchange. People come here for youth exchange. Beyond taking them to Lumoro, think of other things that can emerge from it. Things that result from your personal visit. Use of Rotary Action Group, martinggrounds.org. You can post your proposals in a Rotary showcase, and people are going there to also look for people with whom they can collaborate, and then they just write you out of the blue. Rotary grants, and so on and so forth. So And like I said, if you post your request randomly, or even if you find people and you hand over your proposals to them, people must be ready to respond when they are ready to start with you. So, as I earlier stated, international partners are crucial. And without having international partners, you cannot go forward in carrying out global goals. And thousands of partners are around you. You have to seek, you have to be prepared, you have to be ready to use the opportunities and take advantage of it when it comes. How about even local partners? My dear friends, you will also know that in everyday life, that there is strength in number. And even here locally, we can grow together. So if you have a project and you have the opportunity, you can invite other clubs around you to join with you. You together pool the cash contribution for the grant. You jointly own the grant. This will jointly recognize you for it when they are looking for best club. So we can grow together and we can achieve a lot together. The other thing that we also have around us, which we are not using well enough, is that we have district international service committees and we have district resource network. They can also be engines that support this effort in your district. So, I'm sure you have people in charge of this. Let it not just be bearing the name. Let it be people who are ready to do the work. Otherwise, it's a waste of resources to have the portfolio in the hands of people who are not ready to perform. And if they're not ready to perform, then the DG has to move forward and get serious goals like this and move forward, to take advantage of what is there for you as a district. A district resource network can help clubs find partners. It can lead you to Rotary Action Group, who are also actually looking for opportunities to support projects that are connected to their areas of interest. Once all these aspects are sorted out, you've written your proposals, you've found partners, you have agreed on how to fund and all that, then everything is ready. The next is to apply for a grant. Now, that's another aspect that people worry that, it's difficult. It is not difficult, my fellow listeners. The first step is to use your RI number and your email to acquire member access. And member access is open to all retailers. And that is the vehicle that will lead you to the grant center. So, when you go to www.rotary.org, the next step is you will see the menu there. You will see Rotary Foundation. When you click Rotary Foundation, you will next see Grant Center. When you see Grant Center, you click Apply for a Grant. And then that person who is doing it, who has done it with the member access, becomes the host primary contact. And then you continue to answer the questions, provide the information that you have based on the document of your lead assessment that is in your hand. Complete the application. You have invoices from vendors for the different aspects of the project. Submit them. When you have a cooperation organization, let them sign an MOU that's a standard document. Upload it too. Sometimes you find the questions are multiple and you keep answering. Never give up. I have 2 or 3 people in my club that are now masters in writing grants. When they started, I simply sat with them. They use their member access to go in. They had the details. We sat together through the first few lines, and subsequently, I just kept challenging them, go and do more, go and do. Before you know it, they found that they had completed the application. Once you have done it once, they are ready and eager to do it again. So for many clubs that have not started, all you need is when you are ready, you have all your needed. Invite those who know. They will sit down with you, you will start. And then you find out that you can go on and complete the process without needing much help. When you have submitted your application, my fellow parents, the foundation will review and they will ask you many more questions. They will ask you 30 questions, they ask you 40 questions. When you look at the questions, you first feel like giving up. How will I deal with this? There's nothing in those questions. If your application had been truthfully made in the beginning, your answer would be to explain further what you have been talking about. Sometimes the questions are even a repetition. Answer them, and you'll be surprised your grant will be approved. When your grant is approved, then you have to open a project account that will have at least 2 signatures. That should not be one of the committee members or the primary contact in your application. And once you have done all that and your grant has been approved, at that point, those who are giving money for the grant, the cash that they can be given and you get for Harrison's recognition, will submit and indicate that my contribution is for global grant 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the funds will be used that way. The only part is that when you do that, you'll be asked to pay 5% extra for administrative charges. And once all those are done, the funds will now come back to you, full grant money, and then next is to execute the project, which you should do with utmost prudence, which you should do with a lot of responsibility at the back of your mind, which you should do by issuing checks and payments direct to vendors and not to a PDG in your club to disburse money to others because he's a big man there. Give the money direct to the vendors. At the end of the day, the money trade is easy to follow because you will submit bank statement at the end of the day, and when you keep finding the relation as the one they are emitting out the money, the foundation will ask you how and why, and you'll be in trouble. Give money direct to vendors, and they'll give you a receipt, and there's a trail, that shows how it has happened. So manage funds prudently, keep clean accounts, issue funds direct to vendors, avoid conflict of interest. So don't come and use my facility because I'm a member of the project committee and I make boreholes. Therefore, you give me the borehole project. Whereas there are people who are going to do it well and cheaper. To avoid conflict of interest, use competitive bidding. Build sustainability in your project. You may need RCC and so on and so forth. My fellow Rotarians, I want to tell you that though it appears difficult, there's no big deal there. You will find that when you try, by writing and executing a global grant can be very fulfilling. With it, you can touch life with build big, bold, and impactful projects. Additionally, it gives opportunities for new friends. And when you have done a grant well, it creates opportunity for more grants in future. So I call on you to take to heart this that we have discussed. It is by no means all that you need to hear, but it has shown you the pathway to follow. If you need to know more, reach out to your DRFC, reach out to me. I'm available next phone call. Invite me to your club when you are ready, and we can start to put this in there. But you must be ready to do the homework first. I'm not going to do the homework for you. But when you have all the ingredients, I can show you how to cook the soup. As a club president, even if you are starting now, don't worry that July is nearby. I won't be able to execute it. Have continuity in your mind. Use team spirit. That means you involve people, your president-elect, just like DGs will involve DGs, so that the next people that inherit it see it as a concern that is equally there. Involve others so that your project and your proposal will span 1 or 2 Rotary years to see. And that way, you can make the magic of Rotary manifest in your club through global grants. Seize this chance, my friend. Don't let this talk be just another talk or waste of time. Thank you very much. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my PDG. That was a wonderful one, practical and very, very precise. The other. So please, the floor is open for questions. Mention that yes, as you can have international partners, you can also look at local partners and international partners also mean partners from other African countries. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of reactions. Thank you so much. So please, if you have a question, you can type it, but if you want to ask, kindly mute or raise your hand before you mute so that everything will be done in order. Am I seeing any raised hands?
Secretary, I try to raise hand. I don't know where to raise hand.
Yes, simplified.
Hello?
Yes, it's been
Hello, are you hearing me?
simplified for us. Questions.
Are you hearing me?
We have our PDG. We also have PDG Remy Bello.
Yeah, you talk.
I want to ask a question, please.
Ask your question before we come to those who
next.
know how to raise hand.
Okay. Thank you very much, our resource facilitator, our leader, our teacher. Hope you are hearing me.
We are.
We're hearing you.
Okay. Yes, the area I want you to talk to is the area of sustainability, which I believe is one of the areas when TRF is assessing global grants, how third parties are involved, like governments, like communities, like school association.
Thank you.
I know this area is always very crucial when global grant is considered. Can you please talk to me? Thank you.
My PDG then.
Well, you know, when you are planning the grant, we told you that you needed to have started with needs assessment.
Once again,
and that will bring you some kind of friendship and closeness to the community. Now, when you are starting that project and implementing, apart from the people aspect, which is the community members and the acceptance and feeling of ownership over the project, there are other things you should consider. For instance, if you are buying equipment, endeavor to buy them locally. If you decide to import your pumping machine or use a brand that is being used in Germany, when it's time to maintain, you have to go to Germany to buy. To buy equipment that are available here so that repairing is easy. Use technology that is relevant to that local community. One big area is the area of continuing finance. Because you find that when you have finished the project, you have spent the money provided by the foundation. But there's still always some need for money to keep the project going. For instance, you have pump, you are doing a water project. The pump will go bad one day. Who repairs it? You have students using water, or maybe toilet facilities in the school. Who keeps them going? You have bought computers for
yes, sir.
And you need a source
of
power.
Please go ahead, sir.
Who makes sure that
Yes, sir.
source
Yes,
of power
sir. Go
is
ahead.
available?
Yes, sir.
And those are the areas where building elements of sustainability into that project is very
yes, sir.
These are discussions. These are discussions that you would have had with your community as you are planning. And by the time the foundation even challenges you with those questions, even if you have to wake you up to consider them and gives you the opportunity to learn from what they are saying, to also build more aspects that will help that sustainability. So it's something that we must always bear in mind when we are planning projects. We must create the room for that project to continue to support itself, even when you are finished, you know. So that's why training is also to train community members and people who use the equipment how to maintain, how to use. And with an RCC, for instance, you teach them how to even do accounts. Because RCC, maybe you have a water project, maybe taking a token from the community members for taking the water. It is that token, is the account that will keep the equipment going. So sustainability is very key. And every time we are planning, we must build that into it. Thank you. I'm done answering that question. Any others?
Thank you very much, my PDG. Maybe I can add another one.
I've raised my hand though.
Okay. Somebody said he's speaking now.
Yes. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, our able
Yes, I can see hands raised, but I'm trying to read out a question. Hello, can you hear me, please?
But I'm talking, sir. I'm already asking questions.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Our able facilitator for that wonderful lecture. My question is, having submitted all the necessary documents to the grant, and before the approval is done, you know, we have other clubs like Rotary. We have a Lion Club. Take, for instance, you submitted a proposal for borehole in a community around Akomojo. And before it is approved, say like Lion Club, they also have that same proposal for that same project in that same community. And before your own is approved, Lion Club has carried out the project. So how do you go about that?
Well, you know, before you started the project, you had a meeting with them and they know you are working on it. So a responsible community will let you know that they have other people who are interested.
Okay.
So they're not likely to want two people to come and do the same borehole for them. So I'm sure they would have told you in the beginning that some people are working on it. Then you will have to look for something else. Then that will not be in the list of needs that they submitted to you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. Please go on, sir.
So when the community gives you their list of needs, they will not give you that water project as part of their needs because they know Lions is working on it. And if you are the first and you spoke with them and you are working on it, you also are not going to go away forever. You keep in touch with them. You maintain your friendship even while you are doing your application. So they know something is on the way.
Okay. That's correct, sir. Taken. Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that question as well. I'm seeing some hands raised, but please, I just want to quickly read this question from IPP Victor, RC Ikeja Airport. A non-Rotarian recently received an unconditional offer from Northumbria University to study healthcare management and leadership, and she's applying for the Rotary Global Grant Scholarship to support her postgraduate study. One of the requirements she was given is to secure sponsorship from a Rotary Club in Nigeria and guidance on starting the application. Specifically, she would need support from a club to endorse the application as a scholarship candidate, guidance on the documents or process required for the global grant. I'll be grateful if I can get assistance or advice on the next steps. My PDG, did you hear me, sir? My PDG, did you hear the question, sir? Hello? Hello, sir. Okay, all right. Mr. Rotary Anomotude Balogun, please, you can ask your question. If you can hear me.
Okay. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
But just 1 minute, let me confirm if PDG, the initial guy, is back on the call. Yeah, just 1 minute, please.
Okay, I can go ahead. Thank you very much, PDG Shoga, for the presentation. My name is Omotunde Balogun from Rotary Club of Abuja Metro, District 9127. I have an issue that happened at my club. I just need an advice in case you're facing this kind of problem again. We initiated a grant in 2019-20 Rotary year, but it was not approved until the end of 2023-2024 Rotary year. By that time, the value of Naira had fallen. So when we got the approval, with the value, because the grant was for $268,000 and our own counterpart funding was $5,000. And at that time, $5,000 was around 8 million Naira. And Rotary Foundation gave us a deadline to meet the payments. We were only able to raise $3,000. So we had to use $5,000, we're only able to raise 3 million Naira. We had to use 5 million of our own money on that project. So it affected our projects, other projects that we could have executed during the year. My question is, what could we have done at that time? Instead of paying the 5,000 Naira from 5 million Naira from our own project fund, what are the options open to us? Thank you. I don't know if my question is clear.
Can you repeat it, please? I lost my connection for a while.
We initiated a project in 2019-2020 Rotary year. By the time we got the approval, it was end of 2023-2024 Rotary year. The value of Naira had fallen, and the project was for $268,000. And our own counterpart funding was $5,000. So as at the time we got the approval, $5,000 was around 8 million Naira. So we were able to raise 3 million Naira from contributions to the foundation. And we had to use 5 million Naira of our own project fund. So the question is there any option for us? What could we have done at that point? Because RI gave us a deadline and we had to pay the 8 million.
Well, that was another unfortunate situation. because once the grant has been approved, you could not change the funding pattern again. What you could have done, though, was that instead of struggling alone as a club then, you could have gotten other clubs to co-own the project with you. So they will also give money. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So if, for instance, 3 other friendly clubs around you were never part of the plan, you can invite them and then you can share the making of that cost now with you. And but then there was also a blessing hidden somewhere there, because maybe you were to get 40 million naira before, you will now be getting 160 million. Didn't tell us that part. Or did that not happen?
Yes, sir.
It happened. So all you needed was to have found other people to share the burden with you, or as you went ahead on your own eventually to get the money, you were there. That's why it's also good to move quickly and avoid getting into such problems. There was also a question about scholarship. That means your work is half done. You have found a scholarship to can be a global grant, as long as the partner comes over that $30,000. What you then need is to help that student find international partner, or that student being herself may be able to find local clubs in that place ready to team up with you, or any other club. But you must find the national partner one way or the other, and then you are ready to sponsor that student using a global grant that funds the scholarship as long as it belongs to one of the areas.
So we can request for an extension of, because we're given a deadline, we could have requested for an extension.
To find your fund. This is an extension on when to get in your fund.
I think we're having an internet problem. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Ayo. 54. Good. Hello? Network. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
John, everywhere is quiet.
Hello, Ayo.
Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? I guess my network went off. Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. So I was calling Rotarian Abimbola Isafiade to ask her questions. If she's still on the call.
Oh, yes, I am.
All right, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Very good afternoon, DG, sir. and good afternoon, all our Rotary leaders. Although the question has been answered in the course of the response from our able facilitator, but I would still want to use the opportunity to appreciate the leadership, Rotary leadership for this great initiative. I consider this as a very good opportunity and something that is worth the while. I want to appreciate the DGE, the team, the PDJ, Nobadijo, and the committee for bringing this up. This is not supposed to be a one-off. I want to suggest that we make this a regular thing. I think practice makes perfect. If this is regular, if clubs are abreast with this kind of information on a regular basis, I think we would have a better turnout in terms of our in terms of the numbers of grants that will be applied for and will be given within the district. That's just my humble suggestion. While I appreciate this initiative, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I can assure you that this won't be a one-off thing. It's an ongoing conversation that we'll continue to have. What I would also recommend before we close out this afternoon, I'll be sharing a link so that those on this call can quickly fill, and then we can follow up with them. And the major follow-up we want to have with you is to ensure that from this conversation we are having, we want to ensure that clubs that attended this, they start applying for the global grants. And then we want to follow up. The next conversation we'll be having with them is to know where they are, the status of the application, and then if they need any help regarding the grants. All right, to just quickly help IPP Victor regarding the question about scholarship. For every scholarship, for every global grant, Rotary Global Grant, you need a partner, either international or local. So if the students can get a partner, then the Rotary Club where in Nigeria or wherever you are, whichever club you are talking to, they'll be able to support in that application. I know a lot of clubs get that request a lot of times, and then it's always difficult for them to get international partners regarding the global grant. I know other Rotary leaders will want to jump on that. If there are no other questions, I'll call on my my fellow DDS. How can AKS influence a global grant given their level of contribution to the Rotary Foundation? I don't know if my PDG Dende Sugar. All right, let me see. PDG Remy Bello, I think you're still on the call. I don't know if you can help us answer that question, sir. AKS, can AKS influence a global grant? My PDG Remy Bello, are you on the call, sir?
My still muted.
Okay, yes, it's still muted. My PDG, you can help us, sir.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Sir.
I can hear you.
The question you asked was the issue of a scholarship and how a global grant can be secured for scholarship.
Yes, sir.
Is that not the question?
That's one question, and someone is asking if AKS can also influence global grants.
AKS may not be able to influence global grants.
Nothing like that.
We have the trustees, the Rotary Foundation trustees, who sit regularly. Everything is done by the Rotary Foundation. Yes, AKS may have its influence in some areas. Except he is one of the facilitators or he has a way of influencing people at the Rotary Foundation, the trustees. I don't see where it can be of help. But as to the issue of a scholarship, yes, scholarship requires funding just like other projects too. So the appropriate thing to go is, for instance, last few years, a particular club sponsored somebody for scholarship on water and water and sanitation. So the club will start the process, and it will go like that. As you know, the money has to be released, you apply for it, and you state everything as you want to state, and it goes to the foundation. And of course, the district will spend part of its own DTF too. So you need partners too, and so on and so forth. I think it's not an exceptional road to the scholarship is not exceptional. It has to follow the trend too. So that's my explanation of that. I
Okay,
was
thank you so
asking
much, sir.
Ayo.
Yes, sir.
Are the questions exhausted now? Because we are overstepping
Yes,
our
sir.
time
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I will yield the floor to you for the closing remarks, sir. But I don't know if PDG Remy Bello still has one thing or the other to add to this
Yeah, thank
conversation.
you. Thank you very much. I think my PDG has done justice to the question. The
Thank you
only
very much.
people,
Before I give my closing
the
remarks,
only people,
may I request PDG?
Sorry, sir. Just 1 minute. Sorry, network. I know network is really interfering. So PDG Remy Bello is still
Yes.
on the floor. Yes, sir. He is
yeah,
about to land.
Okay.
the only people that have role to play in global grants and influence things are the DRFC and the district governor himself. Those are the two people that will always sign off. If they don't sign, nothing will happen to the global grant. AKS has no special role, no specific role. Rotarians are Rotarians. So let's get it right. The people that have roles are DRFC, DG, and the primary contact, and then the foreign partners or international partners, as they may be called. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. My DRFC, sir,
Thank
you have
you,
the floor,
Remy,
sir.
for that. Before I give a short closing remarks, may I request PDG Remy Bello to please appreciate our facilitator for this occasion. At short notice, he has prepared himself very well, like a surgeon that he is. So please, Remy, please help us appreciate PDG the Indishoga for this nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my DRFC, District Learning Facilitator, and importantly, my district governor who allowed this session to take place. To appreciate the PDG, the facilitator, who I am not surprised of his presentation today. As a matter of fact, until around 11, that's when I sent to him. He was asking what exactly is to talk about. Until I saw that flyer, I think the flyer was sent to me by Ayaba. I didn't see it until around 10. I didn't even check my phone, that's the truth. For answering PDG, then this question, which is sent around 5 a.m. Unfortunately, I didn't check my phone to his side until around 11 when I saw the flyer. I just forwarded to him. So I'm not surprised. It's ever ready, like West Out will say. We want to thank you most sincerely. As usual of you, you have done it once again. We are your products, and we shall continue to vouch and follow your footsteps. We want to thank you most sincerely. Thank you, and God bless you. Humanity will not forsake you at your point of need. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, PDG Remy Bello. There's not much to say rather than to thank God that this seminar came up. I want to appreciate our district governor. We're supposed to be on his way out now for another very important thing, for even waiting to declare the seminar open and make his remarks and so on and so forth. So I want to thank the district governor. I want to agree with the lady. Your name is not here, Abim, who suggested that this thing should not be just a once and for all, that we should be having it regularly. I think at our next Rotary Foundation committee meeting, we're going to look at this. If we can have 3 or 4 of this type of lectures, specifically on how to write global grants in a year, I think it will assist us a lot. So I think I want to appreciate her for that something. And for all of us, I noticed when I checked last that 54 people, maybe the secretary will be more up to date because I'm using my phone, uh, attended. Maybe we are more than that. I think it's the beginning. And I want to say that if presidents of all clubs attend, if all Rotary Foundation chairpersons in respective clubs attend, and probably the incoming too, and the project uh, director for each club will attend. Definitely, we will have more than 3 or 4 times the number we're having here today. But I think this is the beginning. I want to thank all of us, especially my district learning facilitator, for being part of this, and all members of the Rotary Foundation Committee for coming up for this. I'm sure by God's grace, you will hear more from us. We are going to repolish it. We are going to rebrand it. We are going to make it even better. The author may still be the same or may not be the same, but definitely it will be a better one next time. Thank you very much, and God bless us.
Thank you, my dear RFC. Please check the chat. I've sent a form there for us to please indicate our attendance. It would be nice we have that for future events. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please let us complete the form. Thank you very much.
We didn't see it too.
We didn't see the form.
It's there now.
I see the
Okay. Okay.
Maybe network. They say it's there now.
Okay, I can
Okay,
see it
thank
now.
you very much, my DDS.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my PDG. Thank you, our DG.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we have got to the end of the program. Thank you. Ayo,
Thank
please
you
call
so
me
much.
later.
Yes,
Call
sir.
me
Yes,
later.
sir.
Ayo. Thank you.
Thank
God
you so much,
bless.
sir. My DG, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Lanio, thank you. I hope you picked 1 or 2 things. We had some non-Rotarians in attendance as well, so
Thank you so much, sir.
thank you.
Number.
Hello, Baba.
Hello, my leader, sir.
Where am I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
One is.
the 2.
Okay.